program is brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?
As a professional in today's cutthroat labor market, it is highly imperative to uniquely set yourself apart from all the other hundreds of thousands of other professionals vying for the same position as you. Whether you're looking for a new job or a promotion within your current place of employment, your success will be determined by, amongst others, that special skill distinctive only to you. While some people think going back to school is the only solution to ensuring this, an online newsletter suggests objectively self-introspecting to see how you can improve your skills set. The write-up suggests 5 ways in which one can improve their work skills to remain a relevant, sought-after employee and continue growing in their specific chosen career path. In this article, keeping up with trends, being versatile, joining industry groups, studying further, and finding a mentor are listed as the 5 ways to polishing one's work skills to staying ahead of the ever so competitive labor market. On this backdrop, we sought the thoughts of human resource specialist Stuart White to unpack these tips for us, giving more meat to these bones.
I think before we even unpack the 5 things, I think that we have to see contextually or conceptually what we're trying to do as employees. And I think that if we can think of ourselves much like a product and how we manage products and businesses today, that would be a good way of looking at ourselves as well. So a product has to have a proposition. It has to do something for us before we're going to buy it. And that product needs to be refreshed every now and again, and it has to have relevance for the market at that time. And that's why when we look at all products, we see that what is sold today is not the same as what was sold maybe 5 years or 10 years ago, because the product has to always evolve for the time. And that's what we need to be thinking as employees as well. How do we keep ourselves relevant? What do we need to keep up to date with? And that's why we look at all of these things, like what are the trends going on in the market? What do we know that employers are wanting or seeking? And the only way that we can find that out is either by social media or being members of groups or even looking at what the competitors are doing. Competitors are introducing something that's new and you could have that skill, then that would be something that a future employer might be interested in. So the trends is super important. I think that there are a number of skills that are in high demand today that maybe were not as critical years ago. So you mentioned the versatility. You know, we know that the world of work changes. Every 2 years, even less, everything is evolving. So if we are the type of people that can evolve and change and adapt to those changes, we will be more valuable and we'll have a better proposition. Studying further is a very important consideration, but not studying at any cost. You know, that's what a lot of people get wrong. You really have to understand, what is it that I could study that would make my proposition better? You know, if you're studying the same thing that 500, 600, 700 people in the market have got, then that's not a defining characteristic for you. It almost becomes meaningful because everyone has the same diploma or the same skills. So stop learning those things that everyone else has and rather look for what is the things that I could further my knowledge or skill in that a future employer is going to say, gee whiz, that's really valuable. The mentorship thing was something you mentioned as well. Very, very important. Just in finding those people that can give you career guidance in terms of where you should be going, what you should be doing, how you might be behaving, what skills it is you should be acquiring, and having that sounding board to bounce off again. The role of industry groups, super important as well. Not only does that keep you abreast of what's going on in the industry, but it also builds your network in those groups as well. So when there are things happening there, including vacancies, opportunities, all of those things, when you're in the industries, in the industry groups, you'll get to know about those things. But it also gives you the network to tap off people in the industry. So if you're going for an interview, for example, and you're friends with people in the industry, you can ask them, what do you think they're going to ask me? What do you think is going to be important? So it's really about making sure that the proposition, that you're feeding your proposition in as many possible ways as you can, upping your skills, upping your knowledge, keeping connected, all of those touch points.
Stuart, one of the tips there is seeking out a mentor. But in a society where mentorship is not such a popular culture, how can professionals, have access to this tidbit?
I think, the carpenter's rule about measuring twice, cut once. Think about what it is that you want from the mentorship relationship and who you want to mentor you. The problem, of course, is that everyone in the market wants to be mentored by the same highly successful, high visibility manager who gets a request from 500 people to be their mentors. And they're not going to be open to that. So mentorship, you don't have to be mentored by great people who have high visibility. Stop thinking that that's who you need to mentor you. What you need to mentor you is someone who will be able to guide and help you and add value to you. So who is that person who is solid, who is wise, who can have the time, the interest in being with you and helping you in your journey? The problem with when you're seeking mentors is everyone's thinking that the mentor needs to be charismatic, high profile, highly successful. No, the mentor needs to be wise, older. They need to be able to see what you're not. They don't need to be ambitious. They don't have to have been ultra successful. That's not the point. If the mentor can give you wisdom and hold up a mirror to you and let you see or guide you with maturity and wisdom that you have not yet gained, that's the role of the mentor.
The world of today is ever changing, and it is ever asking of us to be adaptive in more ways than the 5 tips that we've just been discussing, right? So in your opinion and in your thoughts, what other ways do you think can help us be that which our specific industries are searching for?
I definitely agree with you. We are under so much pressure to be the brightest, to be the best, to be unique. And we can't be, in actual fact, any of those things. So that idea and that notion needs to be packaged away, because you're going to set yourself up for failure when you're trying to be unique and the best. And I don't think that's what it's about. I think what you need to do is to figure out what you do exceptionally well and make that the core part of your proposition. And I often ask this to people when I'm interviewing you: what can you do better than most people? Or what do you do that really defines who you are? If I employ you, what can you give me that will be kind of unique for you? Because not many people can do what you can do so well. It's knowing that and sharpening that area of your proposition so that you can say, you know what, I may not be this, but oh my goodness, when it comes to problem solving, you're not going to find anyone like me, because that's really where I shine. So know what that is and really be sharpening that soul, or sharpening that skill, so to speak, so that the few things that you're naturally already good at, you just become really superb at.